Welcome to Street.com TV. This is Wall Street Confidential. I'm George Moriarty, Executive Editor of Street.com. Jim, how you doing this morning?
Very good, George.
No need for an introduction. We're talking about speculative stocks today. You always argue, you've argued in your books and on the site, that there's a spec for speculative stocks in portfolios. Why is it important to have those specs in there?
Well, first of all, this is the only part right now that I regard as being quintessentially heretical from the conventional wisdom. I mentioned that because my nephew, Cliff Mason, started his column today, and he's now taking a heretical approach to what I'm taking, so it's another derivative. I mention that because it's just kind of, to me, a reminder of how cutting edge you need to be and how mold breaking you need to be really good at this job. I would suggest to people that the main reason why people don't make a lot of money has nothing to do with their ability to pick stocks. It has much more to do with their ability to stay interested. Let's analogize to sports for a second. I find that people can stay interested in sports if there is an element of home team, if there's an element of emotion. Okay, emotion being the overriding thing.
You're from Philly, right?
You're right.
There's some
the
emotion
worst
there.
Yeah, we're at 10,000 losses coming up, and I also attribute a portfolio to an emotionless portfolio, and I don't like emotion. I'm going to be very candid. I think emotion hurts your investing philosophy. But there are a lot of people who are not drawn to investing unless there's something to root for, unless there's something that's emotional, that's something that's speculative. Okay. Now, if you cordon off speculation, you make it 1/5 of your portfolio. Then what happens is I think you stay interested. Provided it's 1/5. I wrote this morning on realmoney.com about Dynegy, about Rite Aid, and about LVLT. It's very clear to me from the inquiries that people aren't listening to me. They're making it so that it's their portfolio. They don't understand that it's meant to be the portion of the meal. It's the dessert, so to speak. And that's a shame. I can't help how people use or misuse me, but I do know that I am getting a generation of people interested, and if they do it right and keep it at 20%, they'll stay interested.
Let's spend a quick bit on the 20%. Why is that key? And then get into how you manage the portfolio.
Okay, it's key because for the most part, speculation is only slightly better than a lottery ticket. The better gains will come from picking really substantive stocks. It's entirely possible that your speculative name could turn out to be Berkshire Hathaway, Comcast in 1983. But the problem with it is that for the most part, a single-digit stock, in our country, unlike in London, a single-digit stock is not a sign of honor, it's a sign of dishonor. They don't get there from doing a great job. The stocks that I am referencing are companies that are fallen angels, but they have brand names and they have some gravitas, so they have a good secular growth story behind them. And I know that people get very frustrated when they go from 3 to 5 and then they stop for a while, or they go from 3 to 6 and then pull back. But that too is the nature of a speculative stock. That's the pattern of the winning companies.
Now, there are issues, as you said. These three stocks have all kind of stalled, a little extra issues.
Right.
Stock
I think we should save the actual fundamentals for the next video. We shouldn't do all these in them because this is a good discussion about speculation. But I want to emphasize to people that they should find either their own speculative names or they should do the work on my speculative names, because I will grow weary of defending them when they are doing exactly what I expect them to do. And when I say grow weary, whether it be in stockpicker.com or in my postings, meaning that as long as the fundamentals are good, I am not going to desert. I deserted Blockbuster because they fired the CEO I thought was turning it around. Double. I deserted Quest. I might come back to it when I see who they pick, but when I liked it at 6 because of Dick Notabart, so he resigns. Well, I can't like it as much. Those kinds of changes will make me abort my speculative picks. But until I see something like that, I'm not secretly changing my mind.
There you go. That's one way to manage your speculative portfolio. That's Jim Cramer. I'm George Moriarty. Stay tuned for more from the Street.com TV.